Now, mind maps have been used since the 1960s and 70s by plenty of, almost all Fortune 500 executives, senior executives, and corporates.
Prime ministers.
Prime ministers and political heads, and generally the CEOs of big companies and the CEOs of big countries.
Yes.
I was just wondering if you had something specific to say to startups and encourage them to use mind maps, because that's a big phenomenon in the world today. There are plenty of startups coming up, and all of them obviously need to use their brains to get business. So any message specifically for startups?
Yes, a startup is simply an idea that somebody or some team has, and they think, that's a daydream, and I can make that come true. And at the beginning of the year, let's say there are 1,000 new startups. By the end of the year, December 31st or January 1st next year, what percentage still live?
Very few.
Very few. Very few. Like probably less than 10%. And in some areas,
that's right,
0. So why? Because many of those ideas are really good ideas, beautiful ideas. And the reason why they die is that they are not fed. You can consider it like a baby, or perhaps even more like an embryo. And the embryo has bad food sent into it. It has no air, no rhythm, so it doesn't grow.
Right.
So new ideas, these startups, and startup is, I find that a bit of non-poetic. It's not a beautiful thing, is it?
Right.
It's a startup. It's digital again. Don't make it a startup. Make it up. It's a child.
Right.
A baby.
Right.
Care for it like that. And anything that needs to be alive and flourishing, it has to be cared for intelligently. If you do page after page after page of boring notes, a list of things you've got to do, all your animal, flexible, creative body and mind is made into a slow, non-thinking, disconnected robot. So the baby doesn't survive. When that baby's conceived, you got to care for it. So you mind map it. So then you have structure. Then you can move forward. Then you can check things. You can then, if you like, examine errors that you've made. So you adjust, you become flexible. So if companies don't use mind maps, as they are just beginning, they ain't gonna make it. Maybe 1% might, staggering through to the starting line. So again, I recommend to everybody, just go and check all the good new young companies. Go and find out, are there mind mappers in there or not? And it'd be a really good PhD research. And by the way, any of you who are starting companies or are interested in this, do theses. Think, so what about mind maps for starting companies? What about mind maps for areas like counseling to help people trouble?
Right.
Let's check and do a PhD on stress
Right.
in workplace.
Right.
Another, make it a master's thesis. So a master's thesis on mind maps and master theses. Do another thesis, do a PhD on mind maps and work stress.
Right.
Curing or excelling,
Right.
expanding,
Right.
or mind maps and TGF. Discuss
Okay.
a book.
TGF mean.
TGF, thank God it's
Okay.
Friday. TGI.
Okay, I knew that, but I thought this was something else. Okay.
No, this is a thesis.
Okay. Okay.
So you could just say MM plus TGIF. What a wonderful thesis.
Okay.
What a good title.
Right. Right.
Book for you.